Thank you for staying here with us on this special edition of the GN Sports Show covering the 2026 World Cup. We're back here on our show. Joshua Doubling is here with me, and we're now into Group G of the groups at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. So,
Belgium, Terry. Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. We know Belgium has big name players of the past. But just before we dive into it, Terry, this is a quick question. You know the terminology golden generation?
Yeah.
How do you become a golden generation when you win nothing?
I haven't won anything, right?
No, what I'm saying is like I don't have a problem with it, because maybe somebody might say a goal. I don't think I was in a golden generation. I was in a generation with some decent players and we had a good run, give and take. But when you look at over the years, the teams, the countries where they say had golden generations, most of them has won something. But Belgium with this golden generation, and nothing came out of this golden generation. But nevertheless, maybe it's the golden generation of the country, the best set of players the country has produced, and it doesn't necessarily mean that success on the international stage.
When I saw this team, this squad announced, and I saw Witsel still in there, and I told them Witsel is there for more support, because and he was there along with Dembele in that midfield, and they've moved on. I mean, he's still playing in Italy somewhere, and I told them, well, it seems like they're still hanging on to this golden generation thing, but I mean, so it be. De Bruyne is still there. De Bruyne is still a part of that squad.
Still there.
Yeah. Couto is still in there.
There's some players from the golden generation, but I think they're probably holding on to these players for the experience factor. Going into a World Cup, you don't really want to go into a tournament of the World Cup.
Yeah, green. Yes.
I know they might be good young players, but then he's going to need that calming voice.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and I think Witsel has the demeanor to be a leader.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You're going to see that demeanor of leadership with himself and Courtois and Kevin De Bruyne. So I think that's where they are. I think they're ranked 9 in the world.
Yeah.
You understand? At one point they were ranked number 1 in the world, Terry. And so I'm saying is, how can you? I don't understand this world ranking thing where you could rank number 1 and have a 1-0.
They got. Was it the Euros they got to the semi-final or the World Cup? They got to the semi-final World Cup.
I want to be it was the Euros.
Okay, maybe it was the Euros.
But in all fairness, and well, to be honest, if we have to name this team, if you have to say this team belongs to who would you say it belongs to?
Well, I'll say it's still De Bruyne's team, but
you would say
I'll say it's De Bruyne's team as well.
But
I
want to see what the but is.
No, because I mean, when he moved from City, they're saying he probably doesn't have the legs to do that work anymore, to be the De Bruyne we know he came to be at City. So I understand.
But no, you remember, there's this young upcoming player in Jeremy Doku, Man City, who has been on fire in the English Premier League for Man City,
and he can make things happen. He can make things happen like that.
What I'm saying is, do you classify? So De Bruyne is more of a person who is going to get it to you, and then he's going to be the person who probably creates it on his own and get a goal, or takes the goal straight off the pass from De Bruyne.
Yeah, but if you hear De Bruyne coming down there with that ball, or Doku coming down with that ball, as a defender, what are you thinking about?
If De Bruyne has it, I'll probably stay with Doku, because it's easier. I would say Doku based on the fact at this point in time. What I'm saying? At this point in time, I would say Doku because of the pace. You know what I mean? His pace straight on, and his change of direction is lethal, and he has some tricks.
Yeah, and he make you miss.
Yeah, he has some tricks. You understand what I'm saying? And he has career-ending tricks there. So I'll probably say I would prefer De Bruyne having it over Doku, because De Bruyne would probably be
a little further away,
and with a little more people in front of him. Then Doku will probably have a 1 in front, you know what I'm saying, because he's more likely to be isolated
with someone
in a wide area. But so I'll probably say I prefer De Bruyne have it than Doku have it.
Yeah, I know Belgium. I don't think they can envisage a Belgium team without De Bruyne at this point. at this point, I don't think they want to say maybe he's not going to play the full 90. Yeah, maybe not. But he has that quality that can change an entire game, and so does Duku. Can do it on his own, create for himself, and score there. So Egypt and Mohamed Salah is in that group. Those are my top teams out of Group G: Belgium and Egypt.
Yeah, but just a quick take before I give mine. Mohamed Salah, winding down in age, and he had a little bit of problems in Liverpool where he wasn't being played by the coach a little bit, but every time he comes on, you see that bit of it. He just makes something. And
that's just that permanent class.
Salah scoring all these goals every season, Terry, seems to amaze me, because you're looking at him, he's doing the same set of things. He's just staying wide. He doesn't defend. He doesn't defend, and then he just gets it and explodes. It's magic. He's
coming in on that right side there. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
To say the least, on both teams, I think Egypt is ranked 29, Belgium is ranked 9, Iran is ranked 20.
Yeah, and that's a high 20 for Iran, though. That's a very high 20.
There's also New Zealand in that group, is ranked 85th. All the teams, basically, the record in the last couple of games before the World Cup is 4 wins and a draw for Belgium, 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss for Egypt, 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss for Iran, and New Zealand in their 5 games before the World Cup, they lost 4 and win 1 and draw 0. So,
and remember I told you those teams from the oceanic group, New Zealand and Australia. For some reason, they always get in.
Well, as I say,
they always get in. So it's New Zealand, Qatar, Australia. That got in from that side, and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is on that side too.
I don't think so. No, I don't think Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia is in the Asian end a little bit. I think so.
Perhaps.
But
Those teams get in.
I think Egypt and Iran is ranked 20. And Egypt is ranked 29.
You see, but we're thinking the Mohamed Salah, Salah's effect on Egypt and carrying Egypt, that will get them over Iran. But I'm telling you, that 20 in Iran kind of shocked me.
Yeah, the 29.
I don't know how they got the 20, but
I think, but maybe some of this is from the African Cup of Nations, depending on who did better than who in the last African Cup of Nations. Also, just carry over into this rankings, and I think Egypt didn't do so well the last African Cup of Nations. I think they went out in the group stage.
I think it was Senegal who knocked them out. Remember, it was Senegal on penalties. Yeah. So it was Senegal who knocked out Egypt.
But to come to the top 3 or top 2, definitely I would want to say would be Egypt and Belgium. Belgium 1, Egypt 2, and then Iran is the obvious choice.
Iran can slip in there.
Yeah, Iran.
You never know, because they're having a hard time already.
But to be,
they're gonna have a hard time at this World Cup.
We move on to the next group, Terry, and close off Group G. Do you believe that hard time is necessary? I think that's not making the World Cup any easier at all.
Yeah, I'm telling you, boy. They already has 2 top teams two world teams to contend with, and with their issues as well. Let's just see. But then again, sometimes the adversity, around these sort of things, when you go through adversity as a team, you kind of come together a little more. Like they say, 10 man play better than 11 man, because you're down a man now, so you have to come together. So facing adversity maybe would be an ammo for Iran.
I think just reward for Iran could be that Iran does make it out of this and has to screw up with the USA. I would love to see that as a showdown. I don't know where it would be played, but I would love to see that. But so to move on now, we're in Group H. And the Group H consists of the European champions, Spain.
Yeah. We forgot Spain as a World Cup winner too. We forgot Spain as a World Cup winner.
The European champions, Spain, also a previous World Cup champion, and arguably having the best young player in the world in Yamil Yamal. Also in that group is Uruguay, who was also a 2-time World Cup champion, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde, the second smallest nation in the World Cup, and making their first World Cup appearance.
Yes. I mean, being small is one thing, but you're at a World Cup, so you don't think small then. You were glad to get in, and having a chance with some of the best in the world and being in the eyes of a World Cup. They made it to a World Cup. You know, many teams want to make it to a World Cup, World Cup over the world. Yeah. So you made it to a World Cup, so you're already there. Any chance of doing anything against these teams? Maybe. Well, maybe Saudi Arabia can do something against Saudi Arabia.
The funny thing about this Cape Verde team is when I was doing a bit of research, you know, to come into the show with, I get the rankings, I get the games, but information and pass this and pass that, I had to go to Google. I was on the Footy Map app, so I was getting basically a good bit of information from that. But on that app is very little information on Cape Verde. So this is an opportunity for Cape Verde to put themselves out there, and you know what I mean, more people now would be able to have, well, I say, information and things like that. But
I mean, first timers won't have it easy because you know it's just first timers and the World Cup. Yes, it's football, a game of football, but when the eyes of the world, that's billions are on you. Sometimes maybe you know you're inexperienced. Okay, so my only World Cup experience was Russia versus Saudi Arabia, and that was the first match of the 2018 World Cup, right? At the Luzhniki Stadium. That's the same stadium that John Terry skied that penalty against Manchester United, right? Sorry, just context.
Right.
So seeing Saudi Arabia first, and they played against Russia, I think they got like 6-0. It seems as if they just got, like when they played that opening match, they got off the plane and came straight to play. That's what it seems like, because Russia was all over them. So they made it to another World Cup. This is their 7th appearance at the Big Dance. Do I see them coming out of this group? No way. But again, that Saudi league, and I'm sticking with that point there.
So why
that Saudi league? That Saudi league, because listen, when you bring professionals, you bring professionals in, right? And professionals, I believe, and I think this is how it should work. And when you're paying them X amount of money.
But when you hear about the professionals coming in, you hear about the money first.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Saudi league, you know. But I'm thinking, you know, these professionals are not only bringing their skills or whatever, but they're bringing that professionalism as well. And players must be adapting something. They must be getting something, because don't tell me Cristiano Ronaldo is playing with your team and you see how he trains and see his attitude towards football, and your players are not picking up anything at all. So I'm guessing that this Saudi league kind of gives these guys a first-hand taste of world-class players. Listen, world-class players at the end, world-class players at the middle of their careers, world-class players is world-class players. So I'm guessing, I'm just putting it out there, guessing, and they got some decent coaches as well into some of those into some of those Saudi leagues. So I'm still putting my neck and one more thing and another and in the Club World Cup. I've seen some things from some of those Saudi Arabian teams in that Club World Cup there last summer. Was it last summer? It was last summer. And they were decent. They were playing actually decent football. And some of us are thinking, wait, Saudi football clubs are playing decent football. You know what I mean? So I'm saying not only world-class players went there, world-class coaches went there as well. So with that said, Spain, Uruguay, and Saudi Arabia are picking, just in case Saudi Arabia has the nod to be one of the 8 best third place teams to get out of there.
But before we jump out of it,
we didn't talk about Uruguay. Sorry.
You know, just give, because Uruguay are one of the biggest players in the world. Valverde, Federico Valverde, who plays with Real Madrid, who is an absolutely fantastic player. You know, and there's a lot of kids out there tell me who wants to be a Valverde.
Do they have enough though?
Well, listen. Uruguay is South American, and you know, South Americans is, with the ball, is a lot of tiki-taka, passing, moving, and there's a certain level of aggression. Uruguay had the likes of Diego Forlan, Luis Suarez. I think the present coach is Marcelo Bielsa.
Okay, Bielsa. Okay.
I think is the present coach is Marcelo Bielsa.
And you know his thing is gunning. You better be going. You better be going.
So,
you better be going.
I think it's Marcelo Bielsa. So they're ranked 17 in the world, which is pretty high. That's 2 places back of the US. So to be ranked at that rate, and a lot of people may question it and say, oh, the ranking does not determine how good of a team you are. And in some cases it does. As much as we know that some of these teams will have high rankings, they're more about, they play more games, or, you know, there's a whole set of things behind it in terms of the world rankings. But Uruguay is definitely in a good position to place at least second, if not first in this group. Spain, and I'm going to go with Saudi too. To be honest, in terms of Cristiano Ronaldo, Luka too, is Tony, name is the English guy who plays over there in Saudi Arabia. Sadio Mane is over there in Saudi Arabia. So some top players in Saudi Arabia. And as you say, from the point of view of getting people in the stadium, why you bring over these big name players, and also for them to share that professionalism, you know, and to the younger players who is trying to make a name for themselves is also an added so I think that should boost the well for them, because although these big name players are over there, all these big name players are also at the World Cup. And I think if they are at the World Cup and you're at the World Cup, it is making a difference over there in that Saudi league. So
and one thing, can Spain win it all?
I believe so. I don't want it to be so, but they are more than capable. They are presently the European champions. But you know, the European football is European football, and then world football is a mixture of everybody else who is as hungry as you are. But they do have the capabilities to win it all. So I do believe Spain has a very good opportunity to win it all. We have Yamil Yamal, we have young Nico Williams. There's Pedri, Rodri. There's players on Spain bench who would start in some of these big countries.
Yeah, that's true. That's
what I'm saying?
That
so, of course, Spain is way more than capable of winning this World Cup. And for anybody that's back in Spain, I'm sure their confidence is really, really high, based on the fact they are the European champions. And the last time, I think they were the European champions when they won the World Cup, or they won the World Cup and then won the European champions. Something of that nature. So, you know, history is more than likely can repeat itself.
All right, Group I. Okay, so first of all, let me talk about 3 teams are definitely coming out of this group. So Norway with Erling Haaland. Listen, the last time I guess Norway was in the World Cup was a long time ago, but they were a staple at one point in the World Cup. They missed a lot, but Erling Haaland, and they have other players as well, other than Erling Haaland, that can get them, I think, can get them at least to the quarterfinal stage. Anything happens after that, well, it would be a plus. But I just believe Norway will be one of, or Group I will be one of the places that has a third place, one of the 8 best third place teams. Because France, Senegal, Norway, and Iraq. Not that I'm not giving Iraq any chance to get out, but I just don't believe Iraq. I don't believe Iraq gets a win against none of these 3 teams here.
All right, so definitely your dark horse, as you said it,
in the entire World Cup, is Norway.
But then you just
to go far.
But then you didn't even get to the point of the predominant figure, the Viking himself.
Okay,
You didn't even tell him. If anybody listening here to you, just what you said and your take on now, and you did not mention the Viking himself.
Well, no. Okay, I think I'm mentioning him slightly behind Norway. As in, okay, he will be the reason that they get there, but the reason for them to go the distance, I think that team and the way that team plays and what they offer, I think they're gonna give a lot of teams trouble, as in getting out of the group first. A lot of teams trouble in this World Cup.
And to be fair, yes. And the Viking could be a plus, because remember, you're going to need more than one soldier to hold down the Viking. So given the nature of attention that he's going to, Erling Haaland, they will stop calling him the Viking, Erling Haaland is going to attract. It's going to open up for other players to be able to do their thing. And that's a plus. You understand me? Because you have to pay attention to him in a major sense, not just pay attention in a major sense to him, and then the others now who are not bad players, because as we can see there at the World Cup, I think they were quite dominant, or they got there by the playoffs. I can't remember how they got there, but in any case, they are there. But now, to talk about this group, Terry, the top team in this group is my team. The one team I'm backing out and out in this World Cup. France.
Yeah.
One team I'm backing in this World Cup is France. I've been backing France for over 20 years, Terry, from the Zinedine Zidane and his name is the big defender that was at Chelsea, Marcel Desailly, Lilian Thuram, those days. Yeah. And I've come to see a lot of those players, kids, representing France. Thuram's son plays France, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And then the generation after that, Thierry Henry and so on, was in the generation with Zidane and them. And you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so France, as we just said in terms of Spain, there's players on France bench who would be starters in other teams.
Yeah.
And you have the brothers who both left and right back, the Fernandez brothers. Then we have Dembele. We have the general himself, Kylian Mbappe. We have.
Do you feel PSG's dominance or what they, what PSG is doing in club football has anything to do with France being one of the favorites?
No, I think the reason for France being one of the favorites is they have been in the last two finals of the World Cup, 2022 and 2018 when they won it. Right? So, and to add to PSG dominance, there's not a host of players how much players from PSG is in France team? I think one of the Hernandez brothers plays in PSG, Dembele plays in PSG. But the main focal points of the the France team is Kylian Mbappe and now the young phenom Elise. And I think he's going to have a worldie of a World Cup, Terry. He scored a hat-trick in, I think, the second to last or the last warm-up game that they played, and all was quality.
Okay.
Quality.
Yeah, Doué as well.
Yes. So
Barcola, Dembele. Okay.
Right. So there's a few from PSG who is in it, and yes, it adds something because familiarity. Yeah. You know how familiarity plays in football. When you're playing in a club for a number of years with the same set of players, it becomes comfortable. I know you, you know me ins and outs.
Yeah, and remember, Spain's success was Barcelona's when Barcelona was at this peak as well.
It does play a major role in it. As I say, I think egos might be our biggest issue. No, Terry, and a lot of people think that way.
Yeah, like ego when
the captain armband situation. Right. I hope we don't have a next thing captain armband because N'Golo Kante is the most loved footballer in the world.
Yeah.
And that was not a pretty sight at all. But that is the past. I don't think he's one of those players who's going to make that affect him or the
not at all.
Kante.
Not at all. He'll be smiling and playing,
he'll be smiling,
running,
and doing everything to save the same person.
Disrupted. He'll be doing. He'll still be doing it. Okay, but Senegal. That's another tournament favorite from the African side because I've not heard a bad word about Senegal anywhere. I think Senegal is a team like one of the African teams that I guess all Africans will be celebrating.
But Senegal has N'Golo Kante in Sadio Mane. Based on the work what he has done in Senegal in terms of the schools and the hospitals and community centers and things that he has done. You understand what I'm saying? It's very difficult to read, and he's the captain of that team, I want to believe. So to go against him, you know what I'm saying, is something that is going to be, and they have good players.
Yeah.
They have a host of good players.
They have this young midfielder from Papa Sarr as well that we just love to see and he smiles the whole time, like he never gets tired, but he's running, going box to box and doing what he does as Spurs. We like him too. So
they are definitely
Ismail Sarr. We know Ismail Sarr from Palace. That will do things too.
So they have a good chance of probably being the second best team in this group because France is out to know the best team in this group.
Yeah.
So they're probably the second best team in this group. So I would go the same way as you went. I would go France 1, 2, and Iraq. I'm not seeing it, but it's not impossible.
No, it's not.
It's not impossible, but we leave that up to the football gods.
But France, Senegal, France first.
Right.
And if Senegal and Norway get between there will be, I think, 3 teams are coming out of this group for sure.
Definitely get into the 32.
Yes. 3 teams are coming out. This is one group that I think 3 teams
will come out.
Must get out of that group. Have to get out because I don't see Erling Haaland going home so early. I don't see Mane going home early either. So okay. So France, Senegal, or Norway? getting out of Group I.
Yeah, definitely.
We've just completed Group G, H, and I of everything you need to know, of at least from our perspective, everything you need to know from those groups. And of course, you at home can make your predictions as well with the information that we're giving you, or information that you have. All right, we'll be right back with more here on the GN Sports Show, or World Cup edition.
Welcome back to this special edition on the GN Sports Show of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and we're now approaching the end part here. We into the last three groups, Terry. We have J, K, and L. It is, Terry. J, K, and L, and some big names are in those three groups. But we'll start off with the defending champions, Terry. Argentina, four-time champions it is, and the GOAT himself, according to some, Lionel Messi, Terry.
A lot of people talking about Messi. I don't think a lot of people talking about Argentina to repeat. Because and was it Brazil was the last team to repeat?
Yes, Brazil is the last team.
And no one else did that since them. So it's hard, and you know it's really hard to do. But then again, they have Messi on their side. This should be an easy group for them to get through. I don't see no. I think this is probably one of the.
I think this is thus far the easiest group we have called.
I think this is probably the easiest.
Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan.
I like Algeria though.
I like Riyad Mahrez.
Well, maybe that's what I should have said.
I like Riyad Mahrez.
Maybe that's what I should have said. But I believe Algeria will get out of this group as well with Argentina.
Well, yes, definitely. And as we spoke earlier on.
Another first timer, Jordan, yes, another
first timer. Lionel Messi, who is now playing his football in the US for Inter Miami, which is owned by his greatness, the freaky GOAT himself, David Beckham. So when you think about Messi being, because people say the MLS is easy, or he's. How do you view it, Terry? I have seen the goals he scored in the MLS, and from a spectator standpoint and a footballer, it looks easly.
Listen, but
is it that easy as it looks, Terry?
But listen, but he makes it look easy because he just has that control. Any football field you put him on, he is going to make it look easy because he made it look easy at Barcelona. He didn't really have much success, much trophy success in Europe at PSG, but he's making it look easy. And listen, they're not winning all the games. They're not winning all the matches that they play.
No.
And they're not dominating all the matches that they play. Yes, they would win. Yes, they won the MLS Cup before at Inter Miami. But they're not winning. They're not dominating every game. Yes, he's scoring. Yes, he's doing what Messi does.
They're doing a lot better than they've done.
And
they have had superstars before you've gotten there.
But I just believe he's in an MLS team that is growing. Came in, is a new team, a new franchise, and you have Messi growing with you as one of the best players in the world, still one of the best players in the world. I just believe, he has that cape, on him, that he's one of those guys that you look up to, or he's a draw. Any team he plays with, you're going to buy a ticket when you hear Messi's on the field. Messi will be playing that day. Someone's going to buy a ticket, and that's the draw that they bring. Football-wise, of course, he's gonna dominate. The little magician that he is, a coach's dream of a player to have. But the coach's dream of a player to have.
Think about it, Terry. Think about it. I have experienced this. The better players you play with, is the better it makes you.
Well,
for me, it was like that for me, going into Trinidad knowing that at that time Trinidad was the Caribbean powerhouse, and going there, and then when I got to that team had 8 Trinidad internationals. So then my level of play cannot be below that, because to stay in a team like that, you have to be performing, and it made me a better player from that standpoint. Going into the World Cup, Lionel Messi, as we all know him to be a playmaker, a goal scorer, a silent leader, as we would call it vocally. So I think Argentina is definitely the group favorite here to win this World Cup. There's not much change in the team, and there's a host of quality players, Terry, still in that Argentina team. So Argentina is not to be counted out. And I believe they're still one of the favorites.
Okay, in World Cup qualifiers, let's go back to Jordan. Jordan was actually second in their group to South Korea, as in the two teams that came out of that group. And in the last round,
it's 2 rounds they play now.
Yeah. I see second round, third round, or the fourth round. Wow.
Yeah, the World Cup qualifiers kind of
structured a little bit different. Okay, so Qatar won one of the fourth rounds. Saudi Arabia won the other round. Iraq. Oh, so Qatar and United Arab Emirates came 1-2 in Group A. Saudi Arabia and Iraq came 2-3. So how did Jordan get in?
I believe Jordan get in via playoff.
Via the playoff. Okay, maybe. Because those were 4. Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia and Iraq got in. So probably by the playoff
stages.
Okay.
But Jordan is ranked 64 in the world. The last 5 games didn't show the best results. They had a win and a draw, and 3 losses in the last 5.
And that's another first time in the World Cup. So that 48 expansion of the 48 teams got in like 3 first timers that we're counting so far.
Yeah, 3 first timers that we counting.
Yeah, and I think that's it. 3. Oh no, Uzbekistan. Oh, I think I just saw Uzbekistan. Yes. So Uzbekistan and Jordan came out of that. Came probably via the playoff as well.
Yes.
Oh, that's how they got in.
Who beat Italy to get to the World Cup? Somebody beat Italy in a playoff. I think it was either Uzbekistan or Jordan. No? Yeah, I think one of those teams. Yeah, because one of them got in by beating Italy. Remember, Italy got bumped in a playoff. I can't remember who it is. But as you say now, as we look for that information, Terry, Algeria also is in that group. With the fantastic Riyad Mahrez, champion of the English Premier League with Leicester, when Leicester won the unforgettable, unforeseen Premier League championship a couple of years ago. So for this group, I'm looking at Argentina 1, Algeria 2, and I believe Austria could make it as the third team in that. Yeah, Terry. So how do you feel it?
I put Argentina and Algeria there, and Austria, of course, to an outside chance. Austria is ranked higher than Algeria, though.
Yes.
That is wild. Yeah, Austria is ranked higher than Algeria. Well, and maybe for a good purpose. European, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Hey, listen. We have to call it how we see it.
Argentina and Algeria, for sure, are the top two getting out, and Austria the outside chance if they got a third place team.
Definitely, Terry. So that concludes our bit here on Group J. Argentina, Algeria, and Austria. We can see coming out of this group, Jordan with an outside chance because they're the underdogs and there's not much being said about them.
Yeah. They'll be happy to be there. Yeah. They'll be happy to be in Canada, Mexico, or the US. Right. Well, hopefully.
So we're moving on now to Group K, where there's another good conversation in this one here, because we are featuring Portugal in this group, Colombia, DR Congo, and another first time Terry, Uzbekistan.
Yes. Hey, Portugal would be one of the favorites, one of the 4 favorites, along with Spain, England, and France, to get to the big dance, the final of the big dance. Of course, with Cristiano Ronaldo in their ranks, Fernandes, that striker there that plays in the Italian league. Portugal, well, they should be there at the end.
And remember, Portugal has a big coach in Martinez. And
he's been there for a while, right?
He's been there for a while.
Yeah, I think he had Thierry Henry as his assistant at one point. But Portugal, I think Portugal should be.
Portugal has won a European Nations League.
Couple
years back. So, and they've been doing well. You know, in the Euros, they were alright. I think they made it up until the quarterfinals. I think they went out in the Euros.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not 100% sure, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, somewhere along that lines.
Yeah, but they should be there in the end. They should be there in the end.
They should be there at least in the round of 32 for sure, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I can't the matchup anyway, Terry, because you know one is not going to play two, and so on and so forth. No ones is going to play ones. So you know it all depends on matchups, and some big name teams can come too. You know what I'm saying? You know, because one little slip up early could push you from our first place where everybody expected to be to a number 2 or a number 3.
Yeah, Colombia, that should be a good draw as well. Yeah, Luis Diaz is there. The World Cup king was it Brazil? He showed up in James Rodriguez.
Yes,
Yeah.
James Rodriguez, yeah.
That he's
in that team also. I think
Yeah,
he's in that Colombian team.
That Colombian
so
squad.
and they have some firepower. As you say, Luis Diaz does not stop going.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't even realize it was Colombia. He was from an MC. I saw him the first time. I thought he was Spanish. I just hope that he has a good World Cup and he could, help to put his team forward.
He'll be looking to carry that team too.
And they're not ranked bad. They rank 14 in the world.
Yeah, and that's deserving. Deserving of a thing. But some guys just come alive at World Cup.
You understand what I'm saying? So, but as I say, there's the game and you want to win, and everybody has tactics of different ways.
Yeah,
I guess.
DR Congo. I mean, they got through the back door, but they still got in.
I'm not happy with DR Congo.
Yeah.
DR Congo, put our neighbors Jamaica.
Yeah. Which is, and if it's one team that the whole Caribbean were back is Jamaica for some reason at the World Cup stage. But I mean, they didn't get in this time. I commiserations to them. But DR Congo is there. DR Congo is there.
DR Congo.
Yeah, Johan Bissau. Yeah,
and this is DR Congo's second appearance in the World Cup. And the last appearance was 1974.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and that's a football base that, and I saw a video there of, they already qualified, but they were leading up. I think they were going on to the World Cup, and the crowd, they are chanting the DR Congo. I mean, it does well for your fan base though, because everybody wants to be a part of a World Cup. I don't care what nobody said. And they want to be a part of a World Cup,
of course. And to add to DR Congo, it's the Africans. When you hear about the African players, most of them will be in France. And there's their player Whistle, who's playing with Newcastle in England. So that's a plus for the DR Congo. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that right back too. That right back, what's his name? Wan-Bissaka as well there.
Yeah, so
with them.
I think DR Congo has a chance if they could hold the nerves. They look like Uzbekistan. I believe they will be able to take.
Maybe
probably might be able to. They've ranked better than Uzbekistan. Some 4 places above Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan though.
But I think we should just say Uzbekistan. I think the top player plays for Man City. His name is a little bit to pronounce. The tongue to pronounce. But he's not a bad young player, and to be at Man City is a plus. And inspiration for a lot of young players in Uzbekistan, and they've been the first time at the World Cup, so that could only boast well for them. Fans in
Uzbekistan, they will be in the stand. That's one thing. They will be in the stand.
These countries, the theory is like whatever it takes to be there to support the country, they're going to.
They'll be there. Yeah. So Uzbekistan will be at the World Cup, but Portugal, Colombia, and if necessary, a DR Congo gets out. Maybe not. Maybe. Then again, Congo. Where are you going with it? Congo or Uzbekistan?
I believe Congo is going to get out.
Yeah.
I believe Congo because Congo has a bit more. It's their second time at the World Cup, to be honest. So I can't say they have the experience at the World Cup level. But I think they have been playing. They played more high-profile games than Uzbekistan has played.
Yeah.
And given the rankings.
Who you're playing against. Yeah. Because I think in that same Jordan and South Korea and so on, I think that's where Uzbekistan played through their World Cup qualifiers as well. Okay, and Group L, the favorites. Well, my favorite. Hey, I heard someone said, I think it was Brad Fiedel. He said England fans are the Arsenal fans. The Arsenal fans of club football that they think that they're destined for a trophy or not destined, but they think the trophy is already theirs.
Right.
Every tournament that they play, the trophy is theirs.
It seems like you're back in England.
Yeah.
So.
No. Hey, listen. You know how I became an English fan and a fan of England? So growing up at 5Ps, we used to have video footage on a Friday night before we go and practice on a Saturday, right? So we're going to drills and watching what the youth academy does, drills that they work into, and being under an Englishman, you would see England highlights, right? And where the play broke down that caused a goal, or where the play broke down what a player should have done. And it's always this $1 million player making a move that probably could have saved his team, and he's looking at their ego. And I think that kind of resonated with us, right? So from 15, 16, I'm watching England. I'm watching England highlights. Not so much the English Premier League. And yes, English Premier League came on TV.
So
but all my growing up was the English system, right? Watching the English system, seeing the progress through the tiers of English football, and what you had to do as a youth to get in the academy. So that's what we were learning all throughout. So I think that was done by design. that was done by design. But he was an Aston Villa supporter. But he never pushed Aston Villa on us. You know what he did? He pushed the English system on us, which is the system that he knew.
Right.
That because Millwall's motto is proper preparation. One of Millwall's motto is proper preparation prevents a poor performance. And I think that's where the 5Ps came from. Okay. The 5Ps team came from, that he used the whole thing. And he was fascinated by the youth system and what they channeled into the youth and that they want to get from the team. But he's an Aston Villa fan though. So all throughout I've been watching
I'm watching he's an Aston Villa fan.
Yeah, he's an Aston Villa fan.
And he's an Englishman.
Yeah.
But you back that now.
Okay, so no. Tottenham came later on. Tottenham came later on in life. When I saw Bale for the first time.
So Tottenham came from Bale?
Yeah, Tottenham came from Bale.
I think I could understand.
Yeah. Like the 2005-2006 season, when Bale started to run from left back and coming on, you were like, wait a minute, who's this kid? You know what I mean? And Harry said, hey, let's get him from Southampton and bring him over, and the rest was history. But England is my favorite to win the whole thing, because Harry Kane only need a half a chance. But if a man like Declan Rice and that other guy in the middle there, if they can, because we never had that midfielder that just say, give me the ball, let me control this. It's always or wingers or there's a defensive lapse or something, but that person in the middle there to just control that little hole in there.
Yeah, but I
hope that's Declan Rice.
I think maybe that is one of your biggest problems, because over the years, knowing England, that central midfield area always is an issue.
I'm telling you.
The Lampard,
I'm telling you. For some reason.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you always have the good players, but just could not get the right mix. All scores. You know what I'm saying? It could never get that mix. But so maybe Declan is not so much now, because there's Declan and there's Jude Bellingham who really plays in them.
Yeah, and there's another little guy in the middle there. I forgot his name, but he's not coming to me. But those holding guys, and listen, Croatia said this the last time. Oh, they told us that they're different now. They're playing out of the back, and they're playing and they're passing and they're moving. For some reason, they would do it at club level, but when they get to that national level there, you think, well, what's happening here, boy? And Croatia said, that's what we did. And I think they had Croatia in the semi-finals of the... Was it Croatia? France beat... Who France beat to get in? I think it was Croatia. France beat...
The World Cup.
Yeah, the final. Yeah, France beat Croatia, and Argentina beat... I forgot who Argentina beat. But that's how England didn't get into that last four. Because Croatia... And they were up. They were up against Croatia through... that little short guy that went from Spurs to Newcastle. what's his name? Trippier free kick, put us up. Oh, that's the nation. Oh, that's the Euros I'm talking about.
Whichever it was, England didn't make it.
Yeah. England didn't make it. So I'm hoping that we get over that hump. And these penalties, we always end up in a penalty situation. For years and years and years, penalties are always our Achilles heel. I hope we get through that. We saw in the Euros what happened in the final with Sancho, Saka, and Rashford missing the penalties in the Euros. I hope we don't get back to a penalty situation, because the English fans always get a little antsy when it comes to penalties.
Yeah, so the World Cup, the semi-finals were France and Morocco. And
okay.
Yeah, it was Argentina, Croatia. England lost to France in the quarters.
Oh, it was France. Okay.
2-1.
This is our year, like every year is our year.
Yeah, well, listen,
every year is our year.
Everybody would want to believe it's going to be the year. I'm not seeing in 1966, there's so much controversy behind 1966. 1966, Terry, and
we've heard. I wasn't around.
None of us
heard.
We heard controversy behind 1966. So we're just hoping that they could put in a good performance and go a distance. You know, at this point in time, we're just hoping that they could go the distance and don't get knocked out. And I think you mentioned that they played that passing out to the back football at the club level, but at the international level. But
it's just
the club coaches, Terry, is one thing, but then when you go to the international setup, is another coach, and you know the philosophies could be different. And at the international level, the coaches is only one margin, and that margin is result.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And some coaches, 90% of the international coaches, from my experience, has always been preservative, trying not to concede. I've never met an international coach who's just come in and let you go out and out attack. There's always been that preservation, that to try to defend first, and then try to play the rest of it. But as to the rest in that group,
go ahead.
Yeah, we have Croatia, who's in that group.
Another big team.
We have Ghana, who is in that group, one of the biggest African nations out there, Ghana, and then we have another CONCACAF team, our last CONCACAF team so far, and then that's Panama in that group.
At the second World Cup.
And Croatia, to be honest, the ever-present Luka Modric. The other day I was listening to something and I think I heard he has 190 something caps. So from this World Cup, he's likely to make 200 caps. Terry, I don't even think I'm at 100 caps. And I played Antigua for about 15 years. And this man has 100. So then we're not playing the games, because I don't even think I have 100. I might get to 80 something if I count a few friendlies. You know what I'm saying? If I can remember, I probably might get to 80 something, close 90. But 190 something caps there.
Yeah, a real staple in that Croatia team. Probably still starting. Probably still starting.
Well, the last 4 or 5 games I've seen Croatia use the skipper.
Okay.
So I can't see him not starting, Terry. And I think the last friendly they played at the last warm-up game, he scored a beauty. Yeah,
and I think those young players, because he's been there so long, those young players are going to trust him and rely on his experience and his know-how to get through some of these tournaments, because he's played with some of the big clubs in the world already. So
he's now at AC Milan.
Yeah, so Croatia definitely, and England is a must coming out of that group.
Ghana
and
Panama.
Africa is looking towards Ghana to do something right now.
So out of all the African teams, you think Ghana has a higher stake in it? All the African teams?
Well, Ghana and Senegal. Ghana and Senegal.
But the second team is Ivory Coast.
Yeah. No.
How you go about
No. We're looking at Africa. We're not looking at me. We're looking at Africa. No, because
I'm saying, if you're looking at Africa, you're telling me that Ghana and Ivory Coast has probably the 2 highest ratings of teams likely to do something special for Africa, and you're going with the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, but Ivory Coast has always been my team. I can't.
You've always been an Ivory Coast fan.
Yeah, I always been Ivory Coast. Yeah. Since the Drogba days and the one that used to be at Arsenal.
Torres.
Yeah. So since those days, I've been backing Ivory Coast, and just see their aggression towards things, and they're not afraid of anybody. Let's see how far they go. But Ghana, Senegal and Ivory Coast should make Africa, and of course Morocco should make Ivory Coast should make Africa happy.
Well, this is Panama's second World Cup. They went in 2018, and now they're back again. So 2018 was Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 2018 was Brazil, and now they're back again in it. To be honest, during the World Cup qualifiers in CONCACAF, I was with the Munster team and we played Panama.
Okay.
Panama was in our group. We played Panama in Nicaragua. I think we played them. And tell you we had no chance.
Yeah.
And Munster had all English-based players.
Okay.
From I think maybe had like a one player was playing in the English Championship. And we had maybe about 3 or 4 players, 2 or 3 players was playing in the league in League 2, and everybody was conference north and south going down that lower lane of the English spectrum. And they were quality players.
Yeah, and Panama did pretty well in the Gold Cup as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they did pretty well in the Gold Cup. Did they knock off one of the big sides?
Remember in our region, Panama is one of the big sides.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Panama is no slouch.
Yeah, they made some noise in the Gold Cup.
When they had this fella who was playing with Seattle Sounders, when they turned a free out here.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. They got really far. I think that same year Seattle Sounders went really far in the MLS Cup.
Okay.
Also, so and they have Jose Rodriguez, who is playing in Mexico.
FC Juarez.
So I don't want to write them off, Terry, to be honest with you. The ranking says they are 34th in the world.
Yeah.
And the ranking,
and that's good.
Ghana is 73.
That's good.
So 34 to 73, Terry, is an easy 49 places, it looks like.
Yeah, but
like
experience at the big dance is going to come into play here. Experience at the big dance. I've seen them. I've seen Panama, especially in the Gold Cup. I haven't seen them through qualifiers, but I saw them in the Gold Cup. And they were making noise in the Gold Cup when they play. I think they knocked out the US on penalties. I want to believe that's what I saw. They knocked out the US on penalties, but you know, when you meet a Mexico in the United States, you're going to be in some problems. But yeah, Panama should give a good account of themselves. And okay, so a third place team is coming out of this group too. So Group L and the group with. Yeah, the group with Germany, that's a 3-team group coming out there. Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, that's a 3-team group coming out there. Morocco, Scotland and Brazil, 3 teams coming out of that group as well. And which other group he said?
I think it's only those 2 we said you was.
Yeah, but we need 8. There's 8, the third 8 best teams coming out of that. Oh, that group L. Yeah. Group L, 3 teams coming out of that as well.
It was in the Gold Cup. Panama had that run. I think they beat Mexico 1-0.
Okay, it was Mexico they knocked out. Yeah, and then went and probably lost against.
So you're going with Ghana or you're going with Panama, Terry?
I'm going with Ghana. I'm going with Ghana.
I give in Panama my nod. Honestly, giving.
Yeah, and again, it's still in the CONCACAF region, so they're used to these conditions. Playing in the US.
And a lot of players from Panama does play in the US.
And Mexico as well. So, So, hey, sorry, but then again, I can't leave out Ghana.
You can't. No, the Africans
I can't leave out Ghana.
To be one to reckon with, you know.
But I can't leave out Ghana.
We have to give some of the CONCACAF.
So who's our CONCACAF person going through? Because.
USA, I believe, is going to go through.
USA, Mexico. Okay,
I think Canada has a really good chance of going through. We have those 3. Definitely 3 host nations we have going through. Then it's Curacao, Panama, and Haiti.
Then a win or a draw in this World Cup for Curacao is a win for me, and a win for them, I believe. I mean, being their first time.
I think they're likely to get something because they're not a bad team. The last reading I had on them, they have one player that is Curacao born. In a 26-man squad. So that's 25 players with heritage is what they're taking to the World Cup. And at this point in time, you can't fault them, Terry, because coming through the qualifiers, you played with the few from the local bunch that made any sort of a difference or could actually play. But now you're at the big dance, and at the big dance is not where you want to go and experiment.
Yeah.
You know, you're at the big dance. You don't want to go. One thing you don't want to do is in the big dance and get embarrassed. You want to leave your mark in the big dance. So I think, you know, the decision made by the coaching staff and the FA to go with, you know, the eligible players by descent is not a bad chance.
Getting to a World Cup again is no easy feat. Yes, it's expanded from 32 to 48. And we have how many first timers? Four first timers.
But
Jordan,
just to jog on, do you believe the 48 is going to make it a better World Cup?
Oh, that's a very good question.
It adds a lot of games. It adds a lot more games to the World Cup. So it's a lot more viewing for us, a lot more football for us to watch. But does it make it? Because 48 is, I think 100 in anything is plenty. You understand what I'm saying? And half of 100 is 50, and that's the World Cup is too shy of 50. That's a lot of places. That's a lot of teams. 48 teams is. And sometimes more does not produce, because over the years in Antigua they keep saying, oh, we need to play more football, we need to play.
Is it 105 games throughout?
Throughout the World Cup.
Throughout the World Cup. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games. Hence, three host countries, and of course we'll all be looking out to see what it comes down to. But that's our group stage. That's our group stage for the 2026 World Cup. I'm sure you at home have your predictions as well, and who you want to see go through. We might not get all right. We might not see, and that's the beauty of football. Anything happens within 90 minutes, within 120 minutes, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be exciting. Players, they are top players on most of these countries. Some of these countries have top players around the world, and for the next month, is it a month? For the next month or so, of course, we'll be gluing to our television sets, hoping for the best football throughout. All right, just off the top of your head, your top 4 out of this 48. Your top 4 out of this 48. Just
off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head.
My top 4 of the 48 is France, Spain, Germany, Argentina.
Ooh! So you left out Portugal. I left out England. Okay.
That's my top 4.
That's your top 4.
My top 4, yeah.
France.
Yeah. France. Spain. Germany. And Argentina.
All right. My top 4. England. Not in any order. Yeah, in order. But England, France, Argentina, and Brazil. England, France, Argentina, and Brazil.
That's your top.
Hold on, back up. Hold on. Wait, back up. I'm swapping Brazil with Spain.
You're swapping Brazil with Spain?
I'm swapping Brazil with Spain. I forgot.
So but you're not calling. You tell me I'm not calling Portugal.
England.
Yeah. Terry, let's go, Terry. Come on, Terry.
Okay.
So you're swapping Brazil.
I'm swapping Brazil with. No, I can't. Listen, you can't leave Brazil.
Okay. Do you want me to make it 5?
Okay, let's make it 5. Okay, let's make it 5.
Okay, do you want to make it 5? So you go with Brazil.
England.
Keeping Brazil.
Yeah, I'm keeping Brazil. England, France, Brazil,
Argentina.
No.
Yeah, England, France, Argentina, and Brazil. You need one to make 5.
Okay. I'll add Spain there. I'll add Spain.
So I had to add one now, right?
Yeah, you have to add one.
That's yours.
That's my 5.
All right. So I have.
So wait.
I have 4.
Okay, you have 4.
I have France, I have Spain, I have Germany, and I have Argentina.
Okay.
Right? So I need to add one, right? Yeah, I not seen Brazil winning this World Cup. Honestly, not seen Brazil.
Well, if it's a 5th, that means it's quarterfinals. Yeah, we have these 5 quarterfinal teams.
Yeah, I not seen Brazil, so if I have to add a team, I'm gonna add England.
Okay.
I still want to add Portugal too, no?
Man.
You can't really sleep on Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. Can we do 8? Can we do 8? The 8 finalists? So this is the quarterfinal stage. We pick. Okay. Pick a few more.
We have to get into the round of 16.
Yeah, but
okay. So here what we're going to do. We can take 8 now. We can take 8 now, and then when we get to 32, if we go back, we will go to 4.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense. All right.
Okay.
So, as I say, I'll add Argentina. I'll add England,
Portugal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Morocco. I'm putting Morocco in the 8.
Portugal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I've not seen. I can't rule out Brazil, so
1, 2, 3.
You can't rule out Brazil. So.
Okay. I have two teams getting to that we don't consider, but
I'm looking at my notes here.
Put something there. Put in something.
I think I need one to make my 8. I need one to make my 8.
You don't have to be none of the big boys, because not all the big boys going to make it.
You don't have to be none of the big boys. But what I'm saying is all the big boys making it to 30.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I want to believe that.
I can't see.
Oh, okay. Let me put. USA there.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I forgot. So one host must make it.
I move in Mexico. I use in Brazil and put in Mexico, Terry. I'm being honest.
Oh, okay. Hey, then again, no. I don't think we ever had 3 hosts. I think it's always 2 or 1. I don't think we ever have 3 hosts. I don't think we ever have 3 hosts. So that's it. All right.
So let me hear your
Okay.
Terry. Yeah.
Morocco, France, England, Spain, Brazil, Portugal,
Okay.
and USA. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
See, I forgot Argentina.
Argentina. Sorry. Argentina. That's the 8. So that's my quarterfinal.
That's your quarterfinal.
That's my quarterfinal.
Your quarterfinal. England, France, Argentina, Morocco, Portugal, USA, Brazil, and Spain. That's
Spain.
your.
That's my last 8.
That's your 8. You believe you get your last 8 as in overall the quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal.
8 or getting into the 32. Which one it is?
The quarterfinal 8. This is my quarterfinal 8.
All right. So my quarterfinal 8 is France, England, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Argentina, USA, Mexico.
Mexico.
That's
Okay.
my 8.
So Mexico, you'll get Mexico.
I given 2 CONCACAF nations and that. I had to get one of the 2, Terry.
Okay.
Terry, I had to get one of that.
And Mexico is a good plural. Mexico is a good plural.
I had to get one of the 2.
Yeah,
I think
Mexico is a good plural.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, one of the hosts must.
Yeah.
I mean, all the games aren't in Mexico, but Mexicans are going to go to the US for that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big. That's
And
a big.
even
event.
if no Mexicans go to the US, Terry, there's enough Mexicans
In the US.
in the US for that.
Okay.
Terry, there's
Okay.
enough. There's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
There's still enough Mexicans in the US. For
All
that.
right, so that is our final 8. Our final 8 that we hope to make it to the quarterfinal stage of the World Cup. Listen, I'm sure you have your 8 too, or your 4, or your 2, and even your finalists. But we're not going to do that part yet. We're going to see how the round of 48 and 32 and 16 round up for us, and we'll see how we go from there.
So,
All right.
we already had our picks for the round of 32, which is what we did earlier, and now we skipping 16, and we waiting on the round of 8 to see the quarterfinals and see how that goes. I think both of us kind of be in similar sync.
Yeah.
Minus you have Morocco and I have Mexico.
Yeah, and I have USA.
I have USA.
Oh, you have USA too. Okay,
USA.
Morocco, Mexico. And you don't have Brazil in yours? You have your Brazil? Okay.
No, I don't have Brazil.
Yeah,
I don't have Brazil, man. I don't have Brazil, man. So that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have 8, but I don't have Brazil.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are not going to be pleased with me not having Brazil. A few of my friends, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. When Neymar gets fit, I think that's a different Brazil team.
But that name, the same name, I might be for the first 3 games.
For the group
if
stage.
they don't make it to the group stage, Neymar fitness would not be valued or anything.
Okay.
But it's a 50-50. It was a gamble in the first place to pick him, and then now, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, Terry, that's how I see it, how you see it. I hope our viewing public enjoy this.
Yeah, and let's watch it play out. Let's watch it play out for the next month and a half or month so of the World Cup. I mean, the best time in sports.
All right, so we'll just like to thank everybody for watching. Thank the DN Sports team for thinking about this lovely idea of us doing this little segment here on it, and both of us coming into, make it happen, Terry. We just want the viewing public to stay tuned, because based on what goes on throughout the first 3 rounds, hopefully we'll be back to do another segment. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for our continuation of the 2026 FIFA World Cup edition here on the GN Sports Show.